LA offers amazing food, fun theme parks, and a glimpse into Hollywood. However, with celebrities and TikTok stars calling LA their home, it can be expensive. Which is why this is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we are sharing the best ways to save money in Los Angeles. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at ways to save money on traveling to and around LA. So firstly, compare the airports. When you fly into Los Angeles, you have up to 6 airports to choose from. Make sure to shop around for the best flights for you. We love to use Skyscanner and Momondo to compare prices and the best dates and times to travel. Another thing to think about is to check the budget airlines. So Southwest Airlines and JetBlue do not participate in any of the fare comparison sites, meaning their cheaper rates won't show when you compare prices online. So yes, use Skyscanner, use Momondo, but also double check with Southwest Airlines and JetBlue on their websites directly. So whilst you are in LA, there are a few ways that you can get around. Now, the easiest way to get around Los Angeles is to rent a car. This isn't a cheap option, but if you want to see the many attractions LA has to offer, the easiest way to do so is via car. To save money, make sure you compare prices and book your car rental in advance to get a cheaper rate. Also, when you are driving or if you are ordering an Uber or Lyft, try to avoid the 405. This interstate freeway is known for its awful gridlock traffic. So when booking an Uber or Lyft, taking a taxi or driving yourself, do your best to take a different route to avoid the high taxi fares and long waits. Now, if you have got a car, make sure to check the parking fees. So if you rent a car, check in the parking fees of your accommodation before you book anything. So some of the cheaper hotel options have really high parking fees to make up for the cheap rates. So whilst you can find good cheap hotels in LA, you might be better off getting a mid-range hotel for a little bit more, but paying a lot less for your parking. That being said, you can visit LA and not rent a car. So firstly, you can use the FLYAWay bus. So when you arrive at LAX, avoid an Uber or taxi and get the FLYAWay bus instead. You do not need a reservation for the bus, and it picks passengers up every 15 minutes and drops them off in various locations around the city, including Hollywood, Westwood, Long Beach, and the Orange Line and Union Station. Then you could always get a taxi or Uber from the nearest bus stop once you are away from the airport. To get around LA, there are a few ways that you can get around LA, and the best way, and I guess the cheapest way, is the metro. So you can get a top-up tap card to use as your ticket, and stops include everything from the Santa Monica Pier, Hollywood Boulevard, Universal Studios, and downtown Los Angeles. Or if you are visiting in a really short time period, you can get yourself a ticket for a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus. They have a few different routes around the city that you can catch, and it means that you can see as many sites as possible, which is great if you are visiting on a budget, but it isn't exactly budget friendly. Now, when it comes to saving money in LA, there are the same type of tips that we always suggest for the cities in the US. Make sure to book in advance. You can get a lot cheaper rates if you use a compare website like booking.com and book your hotel in advance. You can also save some money by getting yourself an AIRBNB. These are great if you're traveling as a group, and it means that you can cook your own food, especially if you're able to get yourself your own place. Or LA also have some great options if you are just renting one room as well. So now let's talk about food. So the more expensive or luxurious restaurants in LA will offer cheaper lunch rates compared to their dinner rates. So that if you want to experience a nice meal whilst you're in the city, but you want to avoid the price tag, opt for the lunch options. Or visit LA during the Los Angeles Restaurant Week. So every January and July, many restaurants will take part in this special restaurant week. They offer major discounts, meaning that you can get a fantastic meal for a lot less than the usual price. For attractions, get yourself a Go card. This sightseeing card can be bought before your trip with prices starting at $92. You can choose from a 1 to 7 day card, and these will give you free admission into many attractions, including a Malibu Celebrity Homes tour, whale watching, the aquarium, the Natural History Museum, and more. Or if you are planning a trip to a few destinations in California, you can get the Southern California City Pass. It gives you admission to various attractions as well as discounted tickets for some of the theme parks in California. And of course, LA has plenty of free attractions to take advantage of as well. The Getty Museum is free and offers amazing views of the city as well as views of the Hollywood sign. You can also stroll down Hollywood Boulevard's Walk of Fame and enjoy Venice Beach for free too. And lastly, a great way to save money but also see a little more of California is to escape the city. To save money but also to enjoy a different side of Cali, drive along the coast. You will find cheaper accommodation outside of LA, and it is definitely worth spending some time outside of the city and exploring more of the state. So we hope you have a fantastic time in Los Angeles. Let us know where you are heading to and when you're going in the comments below. Have a wonderful time, take care. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And until next time, stay creative.